welcome back to my channel. Right now, I thought we would do a little beginning of the year check-in. So, I've been showing you guys a lot of planners, right? If I use this clip, I'm going to insert it right now. I decided to show you how I honestly use my planner, okay? This is my main planner, and how I use it is I write down all appointments, of course, and then when I come upon the day, or, things I don't want to forget, like I've written epic games on every day this week, and then I took a note of next week too, because at 10 a.m. every day, Epic Games is coming out with a free game, right? So I done that. I need to water my plants today and stuff like that. That was already written on there. A lot of stuff was for today, right? And for each day, I don't go through and decorate my planner. I will decorate my planner during the week. Do you know what I'm saying? But when I'm setting it up for the week, I want it as decluttered as possible. So I pay attention to my list of things to do. And I put little boxes to check off. And I just write down everything that needs to be done that day. If it doesn't get done that day, I will move it to the next day. Usually I water plants on Thursdays, right? I have moved it to Friday, even Saturday. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's how I honestly use my planner every day. This is today's list. So I have a doctor's appointment. At 10 a.m. I will check Epic Games free game and see what it is. I will water my plants today. I have an audiobook I need to be listening to review it. And then I'm going to pay the rest of my bills because, I paid most of my bills on the day I was supposed to. But the ones, I'm putting in the mail, I haven't done that yet. I'm going to today, though. And then I had a turkey that I had just bought because it was cheap. Okay, so it was not thawed out on Christmas Eve when we had Christmas Eve dinner. And probably today it's going to be thawed enough to cook, so I'll probably cook that today. But I just wanted to show you how I use my planner every day. So I also wanted to go over what we'll be doing on this channel this year. 4 months ago, I decided to limit my channel to a few different types of content: self-improvement, journals, planners, and reading and writing, because those topics all kind of fit together. And I've been working on a lot of things. Well, for one, I do want to talk to you guys about the White Lotus because this is my new journal for when I'm watching a TV series, binge watching something or whatnot. And I took notes on White Lotus because I thought it was just super interesting. Kind of like a character study. You can look at, gender dynamics and all kinds of things, right? Like female archetypes, male archetypes, and whatnot. In season 1, and I would say out of season 1 and season 2, I really do think that season 1 is my favorite still. So I do have a complaint. Lonnie, she is in labor secretly on first day at work. Uh-oh, her water broke. That was some of my notes. What happened with that? That storyline kind of just disappeared, and she was kind of like a background character that nobody really cared about, and I didn't like that, Armand was a really standout character. Belinda was as well. The couple, Shane and Rachel Patton, their storyline was very interesting. And then Tanya's another character, and she was played by Jennifer Coolidge, right? In the first season, there are just 6 episodes. So this is really easy to binge watch as well, right? I think I binge watched season 1 in a couple of days and then season 2 in a couple of days. 2 or 3 days. They're really interesting. I really got into season 1. I wanted to know what would happen. I was really hoping that we would see some of the characters from season 1 carry over to season 2, and there was only one, Tanya, right? And I would have loved, which is Jennifer Coolidge's character, and she really made season 2 of that TV show. I really loved it. But it's a very good show, and I do recommend it. I think it's streaming on Max, and I got Max. I got Hulu, all kinds of stuff during Black Friday. And I usually don't watch TV, but I'm like, you know what? Instead of like worrying or whatnot in the new year, I am going to watch TV, and movies and stuff like that. Why not? So, in my 2024 bullet journal, I think I showed you guys that I was doing like this tarot spread where I pulled one card for each week. And I finished that. I pulled a card for the year, which is the Lovers. And I'm a Gemini, so I'm like, you know what? I was like wanting to center myself and, really do a self-care routine and get that really on track to where it's just routine. And I am just doing it. So I was like, you know what? That's probably why I pulled the Lovers card, because I already planned to focus on myself. And also, my word of the year is focus. Focus, focus, focus. Because, I have a problem with it sometimes. But the January card is the Hierophant. February is Temperance. March is the High Priestess, and so on. So I did a weekly card, a monthly card, and then a card of the year. And I have my focus on 4. And then I haven't filled out my Great 8 goals yet. I need to do that still. I don't have any future planning written in yet, so I can show that page to you guys. Oh, and here is where I'm writing the books I'm reading. So, the first book of the year was Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. It was excellent, and I'm going to talk more about that later. I also watched the movie, and I recommend both. I'll tell you that right now, because I am running out of battery. And this is all I have in my bullet journal for January so far. I'm taking it easy, and my focus is on, getting my daily exercise, my daily vitamins, on track. But I'll show you this week for the Archer and Olive bullet, or not bullet journal, but planner that I'm using for health and wellness, okay? Here's what I have here, I'm just like tracing with Sakura Pigma Micron pens. The little drawing. Do you hear that siren? And then, I have cover that up. I have a lot of that page filled out. I don't know how I'm going to use the calendar in this. Maybe I track, my cycles there. Let me cover up names. Here is what I have written down here. With names covered up by my, fingers. But this is like my health and my wellness planner. And I'm not doing a very good job of using it, remembering to use it. But this week I've done better. I still have to make my TBR list. I have tons of physical books, and they're in 2 houses, you guys. So, I told you in a previous video that, we moved here to this old house. 1876 was the first year it was taxed. It's 30 something minutes away from the house we used to live in. And we kept that house too. But my oldest son is living in it, right? And just paying us rent and stuff like that. So I have books in 2 houses. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, gather them all, get rid of some. I was thinking of just building a little free library, maybe at both places, and just putting books out in there that I don't need. Like, please take these books. Or, like donating to the local library and whatnot and so forth. Then I have over 1,000 books on my Kindle, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I have other little, like Nook books and whatnot, Audible books. I really need to organize this at the beginning of the year, like right now. So that's going to be something I need to get done. Also, I've really been thinking about it, and I've done it before, and then I have a problem because I happen to just like declutter or, clutter up my house again. But one of my goals for this year is to declut with my butt. And I even have a little saying. It goes, declut with your butt. Declut with your butt. You gotta declut with your butt. And it goes along to like a song from South Park, if you know what it is. You know what it is. But yes, one of my goals is to declutter. So I'm watching some Dana K. White videos, trying to get into the groove of it, because one thing I have learned, and I love Marie Kondo, I've read all her books, and, I have tried her little decluttering method, but I live in a house full of a bunch of other people, and I can't make humongous piles of all the clothes and go through them. I can't declutter that way. It's just not going to work. So I have to find a different way. We're going to do my reading journal next and wrap it up with that. Okay, so 2024 reading goals. Here they are. Organize books of TBR list, right? And then I want to find this year 5 5-star books, 5 4-star books, and 5 3-star books. And once I hit that goal, I'm good. For my Goodreads goal, it's 24 books. I don't want to have like some crazy goal that I'm not going to meet, because, I wasn't really a voracious reader last year unless I wanted to be. And I really enjoyed it that way. I read a bunch of books in October. And then I didn't really read too many in November. And I didn't stress myself out and make goals for each month and da-da-da-da-da. So I just really liked it. But I do have goals for this year. And Gone Girl is the first book I read of the year. But I did start it in 2023 at the very end of December. So I wrote this right after I got done watching Gone Girl, and I finished reading it the day before. Both were excellent, I said. So the book begins with a man named Nick finding his wife missing and stuff out of place in their home on their 5th anniversary. When he calls the police, it's the first in a wacky chain of events. First, there's the moment Nick smiles during a press conference. One moment stretched into miles of scrutiny. Then there is the fact that Nick had Amy move from New York City, where she loved to be, to North Carthage, Missouri, because his mom got cancer. And Nick used Amy's money from her trust her parents set up to buy a bar with his sister. So that, say they divorce, well, Amy gets the bar. So that trust comes from children's books that Amy's parents wrote called Amazing Amy. They wrote them about, her being the main character. All of these, oh yes, also, Nick is, his wife ends up missing, and, he has a little thing going on the side as well. So all of these events unfold in tandem with diary entries of Amy's. And in the diary entries, slowly it is revealed by Amy that Nick is kind of an a-hole. You know what I'm saying? More and more. Each diary entry revealing, ugly part of Nick's character. And when I was reading it, I was like, who is that guy that murdered his wife and 2 daughters? Because that's the kind of person that, like, Amy's diary entries remind me of, like, Nick being. And it's Chris Watts. Do you guys know that case? Then there is a plot twist, right? It was a pretty good plot twist. I kind of guessed half of the plot twist, but not the other half. In the very beginning of reading it, right? I was like, I think this, and I think this, right? But when we get to the plot twist in the middle of the book, I was halfway right. But I said I really enjoyed the setting of this book because I'm familiar with Missouri and I could truly see some of these characters vividly. You could tell that the author was a Missourian. And see, this is just like my entry in my book journal that I'm just reading off to you guys. I also love disliking most of the characters in this book. Oh my word, there's hardly a soul to root for. This is also another unreliable narrator story. I've been reading quite a few of them and really enjoy them lately, which is true. I really like the movie too. I'm glad I read the book first and like it more. However, the movie was well acted and the screenplay was actually written by the book author. Some of the film was shot in Missouri too, which doesn't happen often because of tax purposes, I understand. For example, the show Ozark, with its setting taking place in Missouri, was not shot there. It was shot in Georgia due to tax breaks. Did you guys know that? Missouri doesn't offer tax breaks for shooting here, so there aren't a lot of movies or television shows that end up getting shot here in Missouri. I would give the book and movie 4 stars. They were both great, and I would recommend both. So now I'm reading the audiobook, The Heiress by Rachel Hawkins. NetGalley gave me an early audiobook release copy. I'm not sure what audiobooks are called if you get an early copy of that. But it's really good, you guys. And I think I may like it better than Gone Girl. But we'll have to see. I'll give you guys a, overview of that book too when I can. But yes, I loved Gone Girl, the book and the movie, and I really do highly recommend both. I also wanted to, because, I've been doing Aldi Pembroke, like, planner reviews, because they come out at the very end of the year, or at the very beginning of the year, which is, they should push that up a little bit to, like, October for the next year's planner releases. But I wanted to show you guys this candle because they have them for like $6 or $7, and they're really nice. They're glass lid. This one is geranium and orange blossom. I highly recommend them. Go pick this up if you love candles. But I think that's all I have for you guys today. I kind of just wanted to check in with you, let you guys know what I was doing for this year, some of my goals. I have gained a little bit of weight back after losing a bunch of weight. So my plan is also to get back on track with that too. So if you want some stuff about that, leave it in the comments below. But I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is giving out now. So I'm going to go for now. But subscribe and ring that notification bell if you don't want to miss a thing on this channel. And I'll see you guys again really soon. Bye-bye.